Hello everyone, it's Andy Glenn here from Solway TV, and it's just been announced the latest sign-in for the team. It's only Lewis Young, and he's joining me now. Lewis, how are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, Andy. Yourself?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great now that one of my favourite players has signed for the club. Everybody loves you. You're a real popular player, aren't you?
Guess so. No, I mean, to be honest, Dumfries in general has kind of became a bit of a second home for myself. So, yeah, it's no really else I'd rather play, to be honest.
Absolutely. Well, it's been an unusual summer. We'll not
Yeah,
talk too much about it, but it's been an unusual summer. How's it been for you?
yeah, it's been good. I'd like the World Cup to go a bit better, to be honest. But yeah, no, it has been good. It's been a bit different, obviously. Probably even by a couple of months ago, you'd have known what's happening, and obviously things have been a bit different this year. But no, I've been back training and feeling good on the ice and being in the gym and stuff. So to be honest, I'm just ready to get going now. It's been pretty long, so yeah, I can't just wait. Just can't wait for the season to start.
Well, it wasn't clear. It wasn't certain that we would even have a team. Did you have a kind of backup plan? Ready to play? I mean, I know Solway was always going to be your first choice, but there must have been opportunities for you to look elsewhere, I guess.
Yeah, I had a couple, but more for me, I think when having the kind of conversations, it was more, you know, I wanted to wait and see what Solway were doing before I'd made any commitment. I needed to make sure that that was, I knew that's where I wanted to be, and I made that pretty clear as well. So I think, obviously you want to have a situation there that you can go to if things don't necessarily go our way, but and almost like delighted with it, the kind of the way it's all turned out. But yeah, no, to be honest, I'm just so happy it's all done now, and we can start looking forward.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And we will be looking forward. But before we do that, let's have a wee look back at last season. What did you think of last season for yourself, first of all?
Um, Up and down. Took me a while to get going. I think, obviously when I started playing with Jans and Jordan last year, I really started to find a bit of chemistry with them. And felt, my game kind of took off as well. And even speaking with Martin and Jamie, kind of towards the tail end of last season, they thought that was probably that spell of probably 20 games was some of the best hockey I've played since being in Dumfries. So yeah, I think I ended the season probably the way I wanted to, and especially the second half, I was happy with how I played. So it wasn't the best situations for the team last year, and we pulled through and pushed it to the end. But yeah, definitely want to see an improvement this year.
It was an awful start for the team last season, just playing all those away games and lack of ice to even train on and such like. But I think you're right. That group, that three up front with Jordan Weiser, yourself, and Jonathan Jansis. I'm going to be cheeky to them, but you don't know the dirty work, the grunt work to let them shine in many, many cases. But you shone yourself a few times as well. Is that how you see it, or something
Yeah,
different?
yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, everyone's got their role. It's when you're playing with them too, it makes the game pretty easy, to be honest. Kind of known Jordan all my life, to be honest. So you just kind of get to know how he plays as well. And Jordan's not shy of hard work either. And also Jans, you
Yeah.
just know if you get him the puck in the right area, he's going to score, which makes the game easier. And to be honest, for myself, I always probably see myself as a bit more of a passer than a shooter anyway. So having someone, that's even Jordan as well, having two guys that can put the puck in it makes your life easy. So yeah, no, it's fun.
Well, you played 49 games last season for Solway. Can you remember your points, your goals, your assists?
Uh, get 22 points. I forget what the goals and assists were
You,
though.
you did you did get 22 points and you got 8 goals,
Yeah.
so
So
14 assists.
yeah, I mean, I know it was also down from the year before, but I mean, looking back at last season, I definitely took on a different role at the start of the year, where I was playing more of a bottom six role, more shutdown. And I know, I mean, even looking back at last season, it's the best my plus minus has been. I think, and even on the season, for a team that was round about the bottom of the league, and did also that start of the season did concede a lot of goals and
Yeah.
a good few losses. So that's the kind of small positives that I kind of look to take away from it, given the kind of situation we're in. But no, I think obviously, as I said, the season went on and started to find a bit more offense to my game and played some of my best hockey. So yeah, I'm just hoping to kind of build on that, and hopefully if I can hit the ground running like I did the second half, then it should be a good year.
Do you set targets for yourself, Lewis?
Yeah, keep them to myself. And
That's fine. That's
I
fine.
know, I know what I'm kind of going for, and kind of with the role I think I can play in the team this year. I'm pretty confident in hitting them as well, and especially how I'm kind of feeling on the ice and stuff right now. It's the best I've felt. So no, I'm looking forward to
Took a wee injury last season as well. You were out for 3 games.
it. Yeah, I seem to pick up an injury every year. Like first year was I think I got a concussion, and the year after I hurt my leg again. So just gonna try and play 54 games this season. That's the goal.
Well, we'll see if we can get a few more as well as we go through. Certainly regular season, but the aim again will be to go playoffs. It feels a realistic ambition when we see the people who are being announced. Do you see it that way?
Yeah, I think like to be honest, I've probably went into every season pretty optimistic, but I think just with the changes around obviously the hockey and Dumfries this year, I think I mean maybe just me obviously not being around it as much in the time, but I can feel a real buzz from it. And I think you know having that mentality of potentially being deprived of that this summer, I think it's probably brought a real hunger within the boys to make sure that we when we do come out, we're coming out the gates hot, and getting wins on the board. And just I think the main thing is also we've lost some key pieces, which is evident, but that kind of frees up some spots for younger guys to come in and take. And even people like myself, I've played everywhere in the lineup, but to try and solidify that spot higher up and make sure that I'm working every week. And I just think if we can go into the season early and almost play with a real identity right from the start and make sure that every team that's come to play us knows what they're getting themselves into. It's going to be a hard game. Then that's the way we have to play all year to make sure we're in that spot.
Well, you said earlier in our chat that you'd already started training. What you doing?
Just also in the gym, I'm always one that's probably all the boys kind of laugh at me because like probably I love the game more than most, but I don't really stop skating for too long. I just enjoy it, and obviously get on with the likes of my dad's team and just play with them. It's also guys that I've grew up around, the likes of Jordan as well, Dylan Murray. All our dads playing the same team. We'll go on with them on a Thursday night. So yeah, and just all the skates round about. Try and stay on the ice as much as possible because I hate that feeling if you spend too long away from the game and then it gets to August and you're going through pre-season and you don't know how to stick handle anything. I hate that feeling. So I try and stay as sharp as I can. But no, I feel good to be honest. So yeah.
I think Martin last year and Jordan Boyce, I'm fairly sure they told me in pre-season that even though you work in the gym and you work every muscle group, the first time you skate on the ice after it's been freshly laid, you find muscles that you never knew you had,
Yeah.
and it just hurts no matter what you do.
That's exactly it. That's my goal is just to kind of try and limit that that feeling in the off season. But yeah, no, it's always the same. And like when you are skating even through the summer, it's usually like a bit of a bounce game where it's just like kind of scrimmage hockey. And when you actually go into a proper practice where it's stop start, obviously yeah, you're gonna start feeling it in your legs again. But nah, I like to think if I spend the full summer training the way I do, I usually come back in. I mean, everyone's struggling out there, but struggle as little as I can when it comes to that side of things.
Well, for, I would say the first time since we've been in NIHL level at 6 pre-season friendlies already scheduled in. They're just over 8 weeks away. It's not long as we record this, but 6 pre-season games. Do you feel that's going to be a big bonus compared to like last season when we weren't really clear what was happening and we played Blackburn and I think did we play Edinburgh last year as well? Can't remember. I think
Yeah, no, I don't think we did play. That was the year before
our year
uh,
before, right?
that we
But yeah,
played.
6 games this season. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, it's also good. And regardless of the leagues that they two teams are in, it's evident that they've started to sign strong teams. So, look, I think as much kind of game experience as you can get before going into the season is important. And also, we were a bit deprived of that last year without having the rink. So, no, I think it's a good thing. And also starting early. I know we're going to be starting trading pretty early as well. So, like we're putting ourselves in a situation to be successful, and that's all you can do is starting early, getting the group together, and making sure that we're building something before the season starts, so we're ready to go with first game of the season.
Looking forward to the first game.
Buzzing, absolutely buzzing.
It's
I'm
crazy, isn't it?
yeah, I love playing the games. That's what you play for. So yeah, I mean that's what 3 years now that we've been finished in March. Doesn't really sit too well. So yeah, what I get to the point where this year we're playing, meaningful hockey. I don't want to be playing until March again. It's not the way you want to go. I know that speaking to the rest of the boys and the way that we feel in the change room after the season's finished, and it's not a season. It's not a feeling that we want to feel again. So yeah, no, it's definitely it's going to be a different year. I feel it.
Doesn't get any easier though because every team keeps strengthening. 5 imports this season as well. Changes to goalie regulations as well. You have any thoughts on that, or do you just not care? You just want to play hockey?
I mean, I can understand both sides of it. Do you know what I mean? Also with the British goalies thing, but also bringing in the rule that they have to play the 10 games or 600 minutes. Sorry. It's at least they're putting in rules so that they stay developing. But for me, I kind of want to play against the best competition possible. So I think 5 imports. I wouldn't like to see it go much more than that because obviously it is still class of development league. But I think 5 should be the sweet spot where any given point you're always going to be going against the best as well, and it keeps the standards high and pushes us to get better as well. And even trading with an extra import is going to make us better. So no, I think it's a good direction they're heading in.
Which fixture do you like the most in the season?
Oh, put me in a spot here.
That was it's my job to put you on the spot. I'll blather
Do
a
you
little bit
mean
while.
any game in general, or do you mean like
No, I mean like this season come in, you're looking at the teams and you're thinking, what one do you really want to play again? I mean, we had some tussles where the Bison wasn't my favourite type of hockey, but
yeah,
there was a bit of needle there. There are some really good skaters that have signed for Milton Keynes. I'm just asking you, what do you fancy? What's the game that's going to really be? Oh, this is the game I want to play.
yeah. I think to be honest, in all the years I've played here, we've always played our best hockey against the best teams. And I think that kind of hockey suits the way that we want to play as well. I think sometimes when you're going in and you're playing against the teams around you, sometimes we get sucked into playing a way that doesn't necessarily suit our strengths. So no, probably Milton Keynes. I think they've also signed a really strong team, and with a couple of your friends going there as well, it'll be fun to play against them.
Got to get one over on them, haven't you?
Yeah, I'd like to think so. So nah, I think that's probably a game that when you speak to a lot of the boys in the team, that'll be one that they're definitely looking at.
Well, I just can't wait for any of the games at this point in time. It'll just be great to get back to see all our friends, and all you guys coming out on the ice. I can't wait. It's the usual part. Lewis, the last word in this interview is going to go to you. You can say whatever you want. So over to you.
Um, I mean, also, firstly, I want to say like how appreciative myself and I know all the boys will be as well for all the people that have came in and took over to help the club stay alive. I think that's massive, and I think a town like Dumfries needs that team there. And you've seen year after year the crowds getting bigger, and it is becoming a bigger thing. You feel it when you're out and about in the town, and also for them to give us that opportunity to keep going at this level, I think it's massive. So it's also a huge thanks to them. And then just as well as the fans, they've had just as tough a time this summer as we have, not knowing what's happening, and for them to stick around and stay loyal to the club and stuff. I think it speaks volumes of the town and the people who've got around it. So now just buzzing to see everyone back in the ice rink and get going again.
Well, thank you, Lewis, for your time today, and thanks to everyone who's joined us to watch me and Lewis just shoot the breeze for 5, 10 minutes. We'll see you soon. This is Andy Glenn saying cheerio.